Good evening everyone and welcome along to FRL. We are here for season number 2. It is round number 10 of the championship as we take in, of course, F4 from the Singapore Grand Prix circuit at the Marina Bay Street Circuit, of course, in Singapore. My name is James Head. I'm going to take you to the stream tonight as your lead commentator. Parrot is, I've been reliably informed, on the toilet at the minute. You didn't need to know that, I certainly didn't need to know that either, but he is coming in due course, so stick with me for a few minutes, but I can run you through, of course, what happened last week in Belgium, coming into tonight, and it was Thijs, of course, who took the win last time out in Belgium. Pippo finishing in second, and Kostya finishing there in third. What does that do to the championship? Well, it is quite close in the top 3 in the standings. Thijs leading the way on 149 points, Pippo in second on 147 points, Evil Zook in third on 135, and Kostya in fourth on 82. It's a big jump down between third and fourth. Old Stephen there in fifth on 64, then Hazard in sixth on 63, Resolute in seventh on 61, Your Idea in eighth on 51, Andy in ninth on 32, and Evil in 10th on 25. That is Evil Ivo, of course, in 10th on 25 points. We've got RVD, Saki Benny, Fake Scouser, Cryptic, Face Paul phoning at the top 15. Then Hamilton, Highlander, Janzu, Sepp and Matena ran off the top 20. And then we've got other drivers like Lewis, Pablo, Yan, Pauls and Louis, who've scored points so far this season as well. Everyone else that hasn't been mentioned hasn't scored any points so far this season in F4. Looking to the constructor standings as well, not necessarily as close as what we would have in the drivers standings, but Ferrari does lead the way on 205 points. AlphaTauri in second on 174, Williams in third on 165, Aston Martin in fourth on 112, Haas in fifth on 82, Alfa Romeo in sixth on 69, Alpine in seventh on 51, Red Bull 8th on 36, Mercedes in 9th on 34, and McLaren in 10th on 22 points, as I can welcome Mr. Parrot to the commentary box alongside me. Parrot, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine as always. How are you?
I am doing really well. Excited for tonight's action?
Yes, of course. On a really difficult track, I was able to commentate last season because my Wi-Fi disconnected, so I hope I can get a bit of a revenge and seeing a good race.
Yeah, it should be a good race. I think it's Singapore. It's one of the longest tracks on the F1 calendar, so hopefully it is going to be a really good race. But obviously I was just running through the drivers' standings and the constructors. Thijs, Pippo, Evil Zook have been the front 3 runners basically in F4 this season. They're separated by 14 points, first to third, coming into tonight. Who do you think will come out on top? Because obviously Thijs won last week in Belgium.
Today or the championship?
Today in Singapore.
That's never be really difficult predictions, but I think Pippo will win this race. And
Pippo
also,
will win?
Yeah. And as you said, Evolvo, he's got 25 points, I think you said, but he's got a season ban after last week. So he's out of the championship.
How can you get a season ban? What did he do last week? Let's fill in the viewers, because I need to be spilt the tea, I think, with this.
He dive bombed 10 drivers in turn 1 or something.
Oh, wow. Well, at least Ivo was missing me trying to out him on the stream. That's probably the best thing that I think he could hope for, certainly into tonight here in F4. But obviously Thijs leading the way, only 2 points advantage over Pippo. They have been a class above the rest, I've got to say, so far this season. The form necessarily with Thijs, of course, he's ran in his last 3 races, he finished second and first. Of course, that win last time out in Belgium coming to fruition. Pippo there in second. His recent form, at first he didn't actually attend in Britain, but he finished first in France and was second last week to Thijs in Belgium. And in third, Evil Zook. He's probably been the more consistent out of the top 3 in terms of the actual point scoring results. He has picked up 2 wins this season so far, but a 7th place last week in Belgium. Hopefully he can try and come back, of course, going into tonight. As I can have a look at the chat as well. Good evening to everyone that is tuning in. Ivo, Dan, Hamilton, good evening all to you. Ayrton Senna saying that I'm an absolute commentary legend. I hope that's the same for Parrot as well, because he's also an absolute commentary legend here in the commentary box alongside me. But as we wait for the drivers obviously to ready up, I want to get your thoughts in the commentary, in the comments section on F122 and obviously how that game is planned out, because I've seen details of multiplayer being in the F1 Life, the new hub that they're bringing in the new game. So let me know in the comments section what you think the game is going to be like and what you're most excited for, basically, going forward. Parrot, I'm going to come across to you on that as well. Have you seen any footage from today? Because obviously it's been bounded about quite a lot in terms of the actual game. How do you think the drivers will obviously cope with the new regulations and the new cars and the new tracks, and everything's basically brand new in the next game?
To be honest, I think it doesn't make a really difference, because it's just a game. It's not like real life with realistic car performance, and yeah, the cars just driving different in corners or straight, less speed. I think that's not the case in F122, but we will see.
Yeah, we will see indeed. Ayrton Senna is saying in the chat as well, FRL supercars now, I can actually tell you about the supercars, they're only going to be in time trial and in something else. They're not going to be actually online to begin off with at launch. But I saw with an interview that I was watching just before you came into the party, Parrot, and just before I started the stream, that Lee Mather was being interviewed, and he said he hoped that the supercars would come in online at some point in the new game. However, because of the actual company that is doing, the company that is obviously doing this is based in Ukraine, along with the crossplay side, that is why it's coming post-launch rather than at actual launch, because obviously we all know what is going, of course, there in Ukraine. But looks like we're about to get going out on track here in Singapore. 5 kilometers then, 3.1 mile Marina Bay Street Circuit, of course. Not to be confused, like I normally call this track the Yes Marina Street Circuit. Never call it that in commentary, but obviously coming in tonight, 5 kilometers in then, 3.1 mile, 23 turns awaiting our drivers out on track. And Parrot, this is going to be a very tight-knit street circuit, and I have a feeling it's going to be a war of attrition out there tonight.
A what?
A war of attrition. Basically, everyone's going to crash.
I think it's gonna be clean and a lot of overtakes, as I did Singapore last week, I think. Yeah, it was another league, but you can overtake really good into the second straight with the DRS. So maybe you can see a lot of overtakes today.
Yeah, we should do. With that standing toward Memorial Corner, just the corner that's up on my screen, certainly. There's turn 1, where obviously you can get a lot of overtaking done into that section as well. Stephen there in the comment section saying good evening, and as well as Seth, hoy to all of you who are tuning in, of course. Phil saying as well his thoughts on F122, that he hopes it's better for wheels. Now, yeah. I have heard it's going to be more balanced in terms of the actual wheel and pad, so hopefully that is going to be the case, where obviously everyone is going to be as competitive with each other, and it's more friendly for both wheels and for pads, because I certainly need to pick up my pace on the new game, that is for sure. But 16 drivers here tonight in F4, now out on track, and the first thing that's striking to me, Parrot, is clear weather.
Yeah, as you see a lot of times, most times it's raining in Singapore. If you say it sounds really weird, but yeah, it's not that weird. Maybe you can see some rain in the waves or late this qualifier.
Yeah, definitely so. Zook, by the way, saying in the chat as well, dry qualifying session. I dare not think about what the race is. He hasn't put a comment in about the race, so I'm imagining it's going to be a wet race. So hopefully that is going to be, hopefully... Oh, and Seth has literally just came in and said it's a full wet race.
Oh. But no, I don't believe that. There's the last 3 races, someone was saying in the chat it's gonna rain, and it wasn't raining in the race. So they just pranking us every week.
Hamilton also saying it's going to be a rain race though, so maybe they're actually correct.
No, he said that already 3 races in a row it wasn't raining.
Well, have to wait and see. Do not fool me. I'm much more wise to the actual fact that I'm a much more experienced commentator is what you normally get in F4 here tonight. So do not duke me in the comment section. Tell me up front if it's going to be a wet race or not. But I will let you in on one of my best races around here that I've ever commentated on. We had a race in TTML I think it was last season in TTML. It went from dries to inters to full wets back to inters, back to dries in 31 laps, and we had 3 safety cars and 3 VSCs.
Yeah, with all the safety cars, and it, like last game, I got like 2 safety cars in the race, or it was just a wet race without safety cars, and the race was 66 minutes, so, and that's incredible. So I hope it's not gonna happen today, but I think it's gonna happen because people saying it's gonna be a full wet race. The safety cars, maybe the race is gonna take 70 minutes or something.
It probably will. I mean, we've got 18-minute qualifying session as well. I have a feeling when we get to the end of the race, we're probably not going to be doing any interviews because everyone will just be really, really tired, I think, after the end of this race. Texrex, the first man out on track, though. He's coming around the final couple of corners through 22 and through the left-hand of turn 23. And now, on the run down, in towards turns number 1, 2 and 3. The left-hand of turn number 1 negotiates it very nicely indeed. Through turn 2 and then to the left-hand of turn number 3. You should be seeing, normally with the quick guys around here, you'd be seeing 32s, 33s, and around that mark. I think we're going to be on for 34 here tonight in terms of pole position.
No.
No?
I think 35 or 36.
35, 36? Well, we'll have to wait and see. I want to try and give these guys a little bit of a chance at least to be as quick as F1. But still, Texrex coming through turn number 7 through Memorial Corner in towards turn number 8 and then in towards turn number 9 at Penang on the run down, of course, into what used to be the chicane, the Singapore's thing, but it's now that left-hander at the end of the straight in towards turn number 10 and then in towards the Anderson Bridge section through turn number 11, through the Anderson Bridge, across the Anderson Bridge in towards turn 12 and then in towards the hairpin here at turn 13 and then of course you get the other DRS detection point. There's 3 around this track. This is one of them running down the straight into the middle sector, and this is down in towards turn 14, 104.9 from Texrex. He's nearly in the wall coming through turn 14, hits the wall. I think he's got away with that glancing blow on that left hand side end plate. Wouldn't be surprised if he comes back in the pit lane. I wouldn't be actually surprised if he actually backs off this lap, but I think he's still going. Texrex, he's still on this lap coming through. There's a McLaren behind, by the way. There's Louis, I believe, the Scotsman, on an actual lap as well. But Texrex is coming through the final couple of corners. And yeah, I think Texrex is still going to continue on this lap at least, coming through the final corner on the run to the line, and a 139.7 to start off the night.
Yeah, I think he lost a lot of time with the mistake into the barrier, but he didn't take damage, I think. But the barriers are really weird in this game, so you never know if he got light damage or something.
Yeah, Hamilton Merchant's on a lap as well. He's coming through in towards the final couple of corners. Evil Zook, I believe, and No Steven are coming toward the line, or one of the Ferraris at least is coming toward the line. Not sure if he's validated on a lap, but it is actually Evil Zook who goes quickest, 37.3. Hamilton was looking relatively quick actually. He's used up all of his deployment and he invalidates. Coming out of turn 22, gets him in this and next lap invalidated. So the Alpine is not going to be on a lap at this stage. But it's Zook out on top, Texrex in second, Louis in third. Not many drivers so far. Setting a lap, however, Pippo. Purple middle sector.
Yeah, he's gonna be fast in Iwazuki. Looks like as he did sector 1 also purple, but we will see at the end of the lap. I want to know what Support's doing. 26.7 in the first sector.
Oh, a Senna's crash coming through turns 2 and 3. Not sure how he's done that, to be honest. We're going towards that part of the track, but Senna just came off a lap, 39.8, and he's retired. Oh, as Pipple spins around the final corner, backwards, and he finishes third on that lap. If he didn't go backwards, he would have went second.
Yeah, maybe. But at the Senna, he crashed out of turn 2, I think, if I'm right, and he just lost it on the curb, I think. That's really easy to do that there.
Yeah. I think he's took too much curb. He's got too much greedy, I think, on the curb on the inside. Maybe bounced off the sausage curb and then he's went right into the wall, I think. And that's where he was obviously located around turn 2, around that part. Senna saying he had a spin coming through that part of the track, so I think that backs up what we were saying there. Oh, Stephen, by the way, went second. He's a second off the Ferrari of Evil Zook, of course, his teammate out on top at this moment in time. But Zook there out on top. Oh, Stephen second, Pippo in third. Ferrari 1-2, just like in real life last night.
Support's going to the line now. He's going fastest with a 36.7, 6 times faster than Iwazu. And I need to say the helmet of Support is really nice in that merge.
Yeah, it's a red and black helmet. It looks like a bit of a TTG helmet, if I've got to be honest. He's not going to be starting, don't worry anyone. Zapor the one on top, Zook in second, Oh, Stephen there in third with 7 minutes gone in qualifying so far. Yanan is coming into the pit lane, so he's obviously invalidated on his lap. Kostya, the Russian, coming through the final couple of corners in the Haas, would have went second with that lap. 36.8, he was only a tenth and a half off on Zapua, but he picked up an invalidation on that lap. So Kostya there in 12th at this moment in time. Pablo, who otherwise is known as Cameron Barber, of course, he's coming in towards turns 2 and 3. And Ayrton Senna in the chat was also saying that he spun on the curb and he got too greedy. Literally what I was saying, even if we didn't see his crash.
Yeah, I see that a lot of times this game, and yeah, it's not new anymore. Or he just crashed on purpose, but it wasn't the case.
Yeah.
That sounds weird because you don't want to start back at Singapore. It's gonna wait in the race.
Don't want to be spinning in qualifying either, because Ayrton has got a really big chance of starting right down the bottom end of the field. And if it is going to be that full wet race that people have been saying in the chat, Hamilton saying it is actually going to be raining. I wouldn't be surprised actually if it is going to be rain, of course, in qualifying. And with Hamilton Merchant though, he's looking more circumspect on this lap. He's coming through turn 14, 105 flat in the middle sector, looking better than what I've seen him obviously perform so far. Obviously, I've only covered, I think it was Austria. Oh, and I've just literally said that, and he's invalidated, and he's also hit the wall.
I didn't see what happened. Oh yeah, he's letting Kostya by. Kostya invalidated, so he's gonna pit, I think, and going to the forest of softs in this quali. Thijs is starting on lap now, the championship contender going into turn 1. Yeah, not bad. So going to turn 3 and going to the sector 1 detection point. Let's see what he can do there.
Yeah, coming down the straight in toward Memorial Corner at turn number 7. He's looking good at the minute, is Thijs, through the first sector split. 27 flats there or thereabouts, I think, in terms of what we saw with Zook's lap time, certainly. But Zapur out on top, Zook there in second, oh, Stephen there in third, and Thijs winging it through turn number 8 there, in toward Penang at turn number 9. Looking so committed, you've got to say, on this lap. And his steering input is very, very nice and light coming through the corners. That's exactly what you want. Umanor, by the way, went third, which I think you picked up on that as well, Parrot. He went there in third on the Haas, but Kossi Jansen Bridge along with Thijs. Thijs is absolutely flying on this lap. He's committed to every single corner on this lap, and I would not be surprised if he's up on Zapur's middle sector here. Coming to the middle sector, 104.5, so he's there or thereabouts. He comes through 10.14, and that is going to degrade him a lot of speed away through the remaining corners.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just me, but it looks Thijs is steering so fast that it's really invalidated, but maybe you can also see it. He's steering so fast at the corners, like it's really just once and going to the right and not slowly turning. Maybe you also can see that.
Yeah, maybe he's got too much, if he's on a wheel especially, maybe he's putting too much input in terms of the steering in, and obviously, I can't think of the actual special term for it, but there is a term for it, obviously, where you sort of have to correct your steering, basically going through the corner. I can't think of the name of it, but ties into the pit lane, obviously off his lap, 14th position currently for him. Zapol, by the way, in the comment section, saying that Yona, his setup is so beautiful. So, clearly, taking hints from the FRL F1 man.
Yeah, but don't forget, maybe it's a difference with that dry way setup and even maybe a wet setup. But we will see later in the race if it's gone away.
Zook is on a lap though. He's looking really good, I've got to say, in this middle sector. He's flying on this middle sector. 103 point. Wow, he's 9/10 up through the middle sector. Zook is on an absolute flyer. If he doesn't take too much curb coming out of 16 and 17, he is probably going to be set up for, I would say, maybe a 136 flat. And I'm literally being serious by predicting that. As Zook now comes through the grandstand section through 18 and 19. Again, has a corrected steering. Maybe going, for, as you say, for a little bit of a wet setup. But he's carrying a lot of speed coming through the corners through 2021. Oh, very close to the wall on the right-hand side. And Zook around the final corner. He's got to go quicker than Zapor. Just how quick will it be? 36.3. He goes 4/10 quicker than one of his title rivals. But Zook out on top, Zapor in second. Jansu in third. Zapor is not one of his title rivals. I've just clicked on that. But 36.3. Still, he did say I was his lucky charm. So far, lucky charm seems to be working.
Yeah, as Gian is now P3, but he spun out of the turn 2 and he's got no front wing, so he's gonna box later this lap.
He's trying to see if there's anybody on a lap. Pippa was on a lap. Oh, he is on a lap, actually. Well, Stephen is on a lap, and he's 2 tenths up through the middle sector, as in the McLaren round. And I think that might be Jan, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Jan.
Yeah, coming across the Anderson Bridge section, we're still on board with old Stephen. Round the final corner, he might go third with this lap time. On the run to the line, yep, he does. Just by 1/10 of a second over Yanzu. Texrex there in 5th, and yeah, just to confirm, it was Jan who would spun across the Anderson Bridge. He has, though, recovered it out the walls, so he hasn't got any damage by the looks, but obviously that sets him back a lot in this session. Cost you 26.6 in the first sector, however. Zapor is on the lap.
Yeah, he's on another fast lap. So if you can go fast, even so into sector 2, so on this, I'm not sure if it's the bad straight, but a lot of straights on the track. He's going fast in the sector, but that's 1 tenth slower than Yuzu, I think. Because it's always purple, Thijs needs to watch out for Shapur, he's just out of the way.
And coming through turn 17 there, he lost a lot of speed, and he nearly hits the wall on the inside coming through 18. Goodness me, that nearly had me jumping out my seat there. Support through turn 20, through turn 21. This is looking very scrappy. I don't think he's going to go quickest here. If he does, I'll be very surprised. Cross the line. He does. Wow. That looked really scrappy for that final sector. But that just comes to show how scrappy Zook was in the final sector. 36.1, Zook 36.3. Both iron up their lap times. They're going to be 35 very comfortably.
Yeah, I think they will improve a lot. But look, the top 2 is just nice miles away from P3, and that's our Steve and his teammate. So I'm not sure if they are actually F3 pace today or F4 pace.
Yeah, it might be.
Just Zook and Zapor with dry setups and Steven with their range setup, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe Tice has just started up on a lap coming through the first sector. 26.9 through the first sector. It's not too bad. Texrex third.
Yeah, he spun out of the corner with his time.
Did the same as Pippo, I think. On his lap, obviously. 38.4 for Pippo still hasn't came out the pit lane yet. Tice is on a lap, though. He's down in towards the Singapore Sling at turn number 10, and he's looking quite good. That first sector wasn't really anything to write home about, but again, his steering input is very aggressive, I've got to say. Just needs to try and open up the car a little bit, and he'll be on for a good lap. Better there through the hairpin this time around. Much more speed, much more better exit as well, and Tice is going to be there or thereabouts in the middle sector. It's 104.3 in the middle sector. Ooh, actually might go Yanzi Ruminoid, I think, sort of area, around that sort of bit on track. Hamilton gets out of the way to the left-hand side. Tyson through turn 17 in towards the grandstand section now. Of course, PK famously crashed out that corner in 2008, the first ever night race in Formula 1 here in Singapore. Bavasapur out on top, Zeke in second, Texrex in third. Tice, though, coming in towards the final couple of corners. This has looked a little bit like a shade of his former self. Tice riding the final corner to the line, goes third.
Yeah, as I saw already, Tice, he's steering a lot better than his previous lap when he did take an invalid, I think, or yeah, it wasn't the best lap, but now he's P3.
Yeah, P3 indeed. Jan, I believe, is on a lap as well. I don't think there's many drivers actually out there on a lap at the minute, but Jan is on one. Very wide out the hairpin, and he's purple middle sector. I think that's wrong. He's purple on himself in the middle sector, but certainly not in terms of the timing screens. Zapolo out on top, Zook in second, Tice there in third, and actually Zapolo has came into the comment section and said that he's got a rain setup on.
That's interesting.
So does that mean every...
Hamilton Merchant just 1 time slower in the first sector than Zapor, if I'm not... well...
Yeah.
But I think it's just 1 time slower.
Jan goes 9th, just finishing up on that lap there. We'll come on board with Hamilton, coming in towards the hairpin now at turn 14, or turn 13. In now, in towards the right hand of turn 14. Zapor out on top, Zook in second, Tyson third, Hamilton in the middle sector. 104.6, it's there or thereabouts, but he's a few tenths off Zapor in the middle sector.
Yeah, he lost a lot of time, I think, in the second sector then. He's going around P4, P5 if he can stick this to the end of the lap.
He's a lot more committed than what Tice was, actually, through this final sector. This might go third. I have a feeling this might go third. He's coming in towards the final couple of corners. 37.4 compared with 36.3. There's a big gap he can try and go into, and he's not going to get into it, is he? To the line, he goes 6th. See, you're right.
No, it's a really bad last corner for Hamilton.
Oh, his Pippo has crashed. Pippo has crashed on his outlap, I believe, across the Anderson Bridge, and that's just before the hairpin. I wonder if he's hit the wall on the entrance into the hairpin. Weird one.
Yeah, maybe the white side there. I'm not sure what happened. Of course, also on the fast lap now. He needs a good qualifying after a lot of point losses the last races. As he was championship contender, so he needs to fight a lot of points back this race. If he still wants to see the championship, but already is far away.
Yeah.
Costa got some pace, but he just, in the race, sometimes is losing so much time or crashing or spinning.
He'll go third, I think.
Going. P3.
Yeah, 36.8, 6 tenths clear of Tice. Not really where he wants to be, and that was his final run, unless he can get another lap in, but he's backed off, so Kostya's not going to improve. Zook round the final corner, has not got across the line in time. So Zook is done. Zook is completely done. Zapola has managed to get across the line. Tice is obviously on a lap as well. He's invalidated though, so looks now looks like more immediately. It looks like Zapola is going to be the one that is going to be on pole position, unless a miracle happens and Hazard, Scouser, or Pablo actually get a lap time in. Pablo's 4 tenths up coming through the middle sector, 106.6 in the minute. Zapola was, I think you mentioned he was invalid coming through turn 1, I think.
Now turn 2 exit. You can go wide at the right side of the track there, but it looks like Ford still got pole position because no one is going faster than him this lap.
Yeah, Pablo around the final corner, on the run to the line. 41.3 goes ahead of Louis at least, so he's not starting at the back of the field. Scouser's 3 tenths up, 105.5, but he's a second off in the middle sector compared to what Zapola was doing. And with 2 minutes to go, basically on the countdown clock, this looks like Zapola's pole position. I think we can probably confidently say it is Zapola's pole position. It's going to be Zook in second, Kostya there in third. He did manage to get into the lap, Kostya, but I think he's backed off, obviously. Scouse is coming through the final couple of corners now, and the Mercedes on the run to the line. Doesn't actually improve his position, but improves his time, 39.3. Janzu's invalid. Oh, Stephen is backwards out of turn number 18. Don't know where he's going there. I think he's trying to do Michael Schumacher in 2012 through that part of the section out on track. And Kostya's obviously backed off his lap. So, yeah, that is the end of qualifying. And there's Zapola out on top. Zook in second. Kostya there in third.
We did it again. No qualifying predictions.
I probably wouldn't have guessed top 3 anyways.
Maybe me. I was just thinking Zapola got pole position. I know him, but he will drop back in the race because he's, as I say last time when we were commentating, Zapola just on wheel for 2 or 3 months and he's really bad in the rain. So I hope he can stick a good race today then. But yeah, not sure.
He has got that full one. Go on.
Maybe you can get a top 3 finish, but we will see in the race.
Yeah, I was going to come in on there and say, at least he's got the full wet setup on. So that wet setup, I think, is going to probably help him rather than hinder him. And if everyone else behind him sort of evens things out, to be honest. But it's Faze out on top. Zook there in second, Kostya in third, Tyson fourth. And I mean, it's not often you see 3 drivers covered by 7 tenths of a second around here. It's normally a lot closer than that in qualifying, as it will be, of course, in tomorrow night.
5 seconds.
Yeah, everyone's separated by about 5 seconds. Tice there in 4th. Tex-Rex in 5th. Hazard there in 6th. Stephen in 7th. Hamilton in 8th. Janzo in 9th. Umnord ran off the top 10. Then Pippo in 11th. Janjan in 12th. Scouser 13th. Senna in 14th. Cameron Barber in 15th. Of course, that is Pablo in 15th. And Louis there in 16th. And Cameron has just said in the chat that he might also have a dry setup on. Oops. Not the best thing to do, Cameron. Not the best thing to do. You should know better than that, surely.
Maybe he didn't thought about thinking about his way when he was practicing. He didn't got a way setup maybe.
He didn't. I think he wants to try and impress me because I'm here in F4 tonight. Normally in PSG F3. He wants to impress me, but yeah, they're not really impressing me so far. I've got to be honest. He's going to be very angry. Oh, look at the rain! Look at the rain out on track, and it's full wet conditions. And whoever said it's going to be raining in the race, thank you very much. You actually came right for once this week.
Yeah, I'm really happy.
I'm not.
But why?
I hate rain races. It's gonna last forever. This rain out on track.
Yeah, this way is gonna take a while, man. Like 60 until 70 minutes or something.
Honestly, I'm just gonna predict it now. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody is out before turn number 4.
Yeah, this is gonna be a shot that he got us in turn 1 maybe.
Seth saying enters at the end.
Umunot is actually no assist. That's really impressive for an F4 drive. He's on P10.
Yeah, P10. I mean, he's not too bad. Pipple's there in 11th though. He's a championship contender. He's there in 11th, and the main championship contenders are ahead of him.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, Umunot already touched Jan, and they got a disqualify.
Oh dear.
I just want to say, did you know Umunot is family with Bunty? Then you know why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean,
just Bunty's family things.
Yeah, he's P10 though out on track. You know, it's full wet conditions. Everyone is going to be in the same playing field. Everyone is now going to be at their comfort zone. This is not a great track to be out your comfort zone in because you're going to be hitting the wall, either or spinning, either or you're being out the race. And Zapol there in the lead. Zook in second, Kostya in third. Those three have got a significant advantage, I think, compared to the rest of the field. Because remember, the rest of the field, full wet conditions, spray has been getting kicked up in your face. And a track like this, spray does not help with your vision around this track. Predictive pit stop strategy says lap 15 to 29, but technically it is a no-stop race. So drivers can decide if they've got the tyres to try and obviously do a no-stop strategy. But I think they'll be coming in the pit lane.
I think maybe it's gonna be in their last laps, but I'm not sure if they can make 31 laps on wet. But wets are really OP in this game. I saw on France, Jonah I think did no pit stop on wet, so wets are really good in this game.
Yeah, I don't think Yona won that race in France either, so that's probably why nobody followed him, to be honest. To pull the out on top, Zook there in second, Kostya in third, Phil there saying in the chat to Tumanoid, I believe, saying sorry to Yanzu. Hamilton saying he's so scared for turn 1, as am I. I'm getting a bit of flashbacks of deja vu, I think it's towards turn number 1. And Zapor also saying that it's going to be Inters at the end of the race.
Oh yeah, so they need to make a pit stop, otherwise they're going to lose a lot of time.
Yeah, unless it gets to the Delta period and the wets are still good enough to try and get to the end and the Inters aren't, because that could happen.
Yeah, maybe there are gonna be a lot of safety cars as well, so you need to see all that and then we can predict things. I think maybe on the crossover someone's gonna crash or something, or takes damage, so you will see in later displays.
Yeah, final cars coming around on the grid though. Parrot, who's your top 3?
Flippo P1, Pablo P2, Thijs P3.
Interesting. I'm going to go a bit sensible. I'm going to go Zook for the win, Zapor second, and you know what? I'm going to go Pippo for third. So, 5 red lights are going out in FRL F4. Be prepared for whatever might come. 5 red lights are off and running, and Zapor leads the way down towards turn 1, and already they're squirreling off the line, and Zook's actually got the better start, and Zook absolutely flies into the lead of the race. In towards turn 1, Kostya dodges down the inside of Zapor, tried to go for the Verstappen sort of line. Everyone's off track and behind. I think everyone's got through turns 1, 2, 3 safely, which is quite good. Zook leads the way. Kostya fighting with Zapor though, side by side in towards turn number 5, tries to go all the way around the outside of the Haas on the Mercedes. just about leaned on him and he gets the job done. Zakostya through. Zapor, though, is going to fight back down into the Memorial Corner at turn number 7. Zuka's got the 5/10 lead into the Memorial Corner, but Zapor has got to be very careful. His vision is very much impaired by the hass on the inside of him and also by the rain, and Zapor passes him off track. No other alternative, I think, to that. Ayrton Senna has dropped down to the back of the field. He's lost a few positions off the start, and there's a collision, I think, with Chanzu and Tice, I think, in that collision. So Tice is round. He's there down in P16, and now Umanoid is round as well. So Umanoid is spun. Coming through then into VSC. VSC deployed.
Yeah. The first VSC, you can expect that. I just want to say, Kostya underfueled his car.
Kostya's underfueled his car. What have I just seen though? That front wing's just completely disappeared from that car. Texrex has spun across the Anderson Bridge as well. Texrex has ran through the Anderson Bridge. And he's got no front wing either, so might get deployed for full safety car. And there's a collision! And that's Louis backing everyone up. I think Louis had an illegal overtake at the safety car. It is a safety car. I have a feeling that Louis had an illegal overtake on Texrex. He tried to let him through. Texrex didn't realise, and that is why we've just seen what we've just seen.
Yeah. For sure. But I'm not sure. Did he close his eyes or something there? Or he wanted to crash in him? Because Louis left the space at the right side of the track and just wanted to give position back.
Yeah, but I think Texrex obviously spun, and I think he got a bit leery on his tyres as well, and he got basically overheated his tyres because of that spin, and then he basically sort of corrected the steering into the back of him, and that is why we saw Texrex out of the race. Hamilton saying as well he's just been brake checked possibly by Pippo, and Hamilton is into the pit lane, so I wonder if he's got front wing damage as well in the Alpine. What a hectic lap one that is. Zook leads away, Zapor in second, Kostya in third. Pretty much unchanged, apart from Zook obviously gaining on Zapor, and that is going to be front wing change for Hamilton, who is in the pit lane, as is Pablo, and Pablo is going to be the one that's held up massively underneath the safety car, and I feel so sorry for him, because he's going to be held up 10 seconds now underneath this pit stop, plus he's got an 8-second pit stop to do. He's just been cost 18 seconds there.
Yeah, but I think it doesn't really matter, otherwise it was P13, and it's maybe safe if you starting. I'll save the reset at the back for sure on that Singapore with wet, but now it's Omanad driving last, so that's really good for him then. Then he can go safe into the outlet when the safe car is in, so maybe he's happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. At least the safety car is out though. Everyone can obviously catch back up now underneath the safety car. Zuka is going a bit slow for my liking underneath the safety car. He obviously just wants to, I think, put it down to 1 lap, but in these wet conditions, it's going to take 2 or 3 laps possibly to even catch up the safety car. So Zuka, I think, should just, if I was him, I'd be on the back of the safety car, bringing Zapor with me, try and pull away from Kostya, and then they've got to watch out for Pippo, because look at Pippo's gains. He's gained 6 positions off the start. Louis has also gained 6 positions as well. Janjan on 5 position gains, but Pippo has gained 6 positions. So far, my prediction is actually looking pretty decent.
Yeah, but Jan also did make 5 positions, Louis also did 6 positions, Scott is 4 positions, and Thijs lost 9 positions. That's not really good for him.
Yeah, Janjan's all over the back of old Steven as well, underneath this safety car. Because of course, in the safety car period, if you haven't known this before, the safety car, you can stay within 10 car lengths of the car ahead. Old Steven though, this is more than 10 car lengths, I think, for him. It's around 5 now, so he's okay. But if it goes out to around 4 or 5 seconds, as we've just seen with old Steven, just need to be aware of that. You can stay within 10 car lengths, but obviously you have to stay basically on the back of the driver ahead for you to get that good start, obviously, when the safety car comes in, which will probably be Parrot next lap around.
Yeah, safe back on next lap in for sure. And I want to see people gonna warm up their tires already. It's gonna be difficult maybe, and I think someone's gonna spin out of the last corner with the safety car reset maybe. And Kostya, what is he doing? He's overtaking Zapor or something. Not sure if you did see that.
Oh, and he's left the session. That's probably why. He's left the session.
Yeah.
So, that's unfortunate, but... Yeah.
I will invite him again.
Yeah, I was going to say invite him, and hopefully we can get him back in. Hopefully he might not be running a VPN or anything like that, obviously, with him being in Russia. But obviously, at least we've got a good Russian driver here, of course, in third position. That wasn't meant for any offence, by the way. I can hear you laughing in the background. But Zuka out on top, so forward second, Kostya there in third, Hazard there in fourth. Kostya, obviously, I think he disconnected in Austria as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then he came back into the race and obviously finished... Trying to think where he finished now, but he finished well up there.
I'm not sure anymore, this is a long time ago.
Very long time ago. I'll check. Yeah, Kostya in Austria. Oh, actually, ignore me. He was 15th. 15th in the feature race. It was... Oh, no, it was a sprint race. He was 5th in the sprint race. So that's probably what I'm thinking of.
Oh, that's fun again, and that's no safe race left if you're not going to catch up. That is fun to myself. It's fun around.
And his wings disappeared again.
What?
His wing has just disappeared again.
Yeah,
that's twice I've seen it.
His wing, he crashed.
I know he crashed, but what I'm saying is he had his front wing after he hit the wall, and then it's just gone underneath the map on my screen as he's... What? What?
I've never seen that. Never seen a drive-through for that. That's 5 seconds normally, right?
I think it is.
What's happening here? He needs to make a pit stop at drive-through, and the safety restart is now this lap. But I've never seen this before. A drive-through? What?
He's going to pick up another drive-through if he doesn't get on the back of these guys, but he's going to be so over the place with that broken front wing. Zook, though, now virtual Bert Malander. He's now the virtual safety car. He can now depict whatever pace that these guys go at. Kostya, by the way, during the session, I think he's retaken control of his car there in third. He has indeed. So the Russian is back in there in third. Hazard there in fourth. Kostya, though, obviously... in there in third, has got to try and rely on Zapor, I think, to get onto the back of Zook underneath the safety car restart, and I think we're probably going to go around about now, coming out of turn 21, and we should say go now. Zook is backing up these guys a lot, and there's an Alfa Romeo needing the back of a McLaren in the background, but Zook is now gone. Coming through the final corner, on the run to the line, and we start lap 4. Zook leads the way, Zapor in second, Kostya in third. Pippa was very right wide, I think. Yan is on the back of Steven, and the spinners round in the background. There's Louis round. Scouser is also round, and Hamilton, I think, has also spun 3 similar spins in one corner.
Yeah, I think they both 3 got damaged, so they need to go for another safety car damage race.
I think they'll be hoping for a red flag, I think, at this point, to be honest, to get back into this race. That was really strange. I didn't even see that before. But Zook leads the race, forward second, Kostya then third. Pippo's on the back of Hazard, trying to dive it down the inside line into Memorial Corner. Makes him into a mistake, gets the job done. So Pippo's through and he's into fourth. Nice move that. Hazard got forced into a mistake. And that is why, obviously, he's there into fourth position as we have got a yellow flag. And I think that's a Louis that has spun on the kink. Coming through turn number 6 down into Memorial Corner. And Pablo was also fighting with Ty. So Scouser was retired. And that is coming through turn 6 as well. And that's a virtual safety car. And a safety car, actually.
We didn't even complete our racing lap, or did we?
We didn't. It was about 3/4 of the way around the lap.
Oh no!
How did he crash there though?
Owen still got his drive-through penalty. Maybe it's on purpose if you crash here.
Oh, that's a really weird. Do you know what? Actually, coming through that kink
or something, or hitting the wall.
I think he's trying to take the kink flat out, and he can't take the kink flat out in these full wet conditions. That is why he has spun into the wall on the right-hand side. So that's what's happened to Scouser.
I'm not sure, because he got... Oh, maybe he hit it on the left side and going to the right side, because he got spontan damage earlier, the safe car restart.
It's a weird one, it's a weird place to crash though.
Yeah. Umina just pitted, but still got his drive-through penalty now. So.
Yeah, because... he couldn't pit in last time around. He can't pit underneath the safety car to serve his drive-through. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, Zapor's in! Zapor into the pit lane from second position on the grid. I think he's got damage. I have a feeling he's got damage here.
I think he's going to the Inters.
And a front wing change. He has got damage. Told you, because I saw the interval timing go out for a second. He must have spun somewhere out on track. We didn't catch it. I saw the interval timing though, and Zapor on a set of inters into the pit lane, front wing change. He's going to be in P10 because Hazard also came in the pit lane as well. Zapor in P10. Inters is too early though. I have a feeling it's way too early for Inters.
But maybe at the end of the week, but I think it's not going to be like that. He just gambled like a ball boy on Belgium last season and hoping for a miracle or something.
Yeah, definitely going to be hoping for a miracle, I think. What was that?
I think the track is getting a bit better every lap now. But it's still waiting a lot. But
yeah, the race...
Oh. I want to say the bridge, right? You got the... or something. No, not the bridge, where Sapor just passed, right? The...
Memorial Corner, turn 7.
Yeah, why is it raining under there when it's not possible?
Probably because it's trying to get... There might be, like, archers going over the circles. I know there's the motorway that goes over the grandstand, and that is where, obviously, it's the driest part out on track. That's undercover. I think the rest of the track isn't, though. So that's probably why.
Yeah.
But yeah, suppose they're in 10th. Set of Inters on, obviously. I need to flick off the position changes, by the way. Hamilton has also got Inters, though. Hamilton also going Inters. I can only think that the rain's going to probably ease off. He did say about 10 or 15 minutes, Hamilton, the rain was getting lighter.
Just spun around, no front wing anymore.
He needs to sit again. I think he's going to the west again then.
Has to. And if that's any indication, it's too early for Inters. Way too early for Inters.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what this race is going to turn into now. It's lap 531. We'll probably be going until probably the next Dutch holiday that's going to be coming up at this rate.
Mate, that's 8 weeks or so. That's 8 weeks or 10 weeks or something.
It probably will be 8 weeks. We're going to be waiting for this race to end. Zook leads the way. Costa in second. Pippo in third. Currently, Support obviously with that front wing damage on his car. Louis has also crashed. Louis has crashed coming through turn 14.
Why? It's on the safety car, so sometimes I don't get it.
Oh, what's happening here?
On the wall as well. What? Oh my god. Quantum damage.
I don't know what was happening.
Oh, the pit wall, he crashed. Oh my god. Outside pit wall, he just outbraked himself and going into the pit wall. Oh, that's amazing. 4 DNS, 2 saved cars, 0 completed race laps.
Oh, and Hamilton.
Oh, look, Hamilton
comes in the
overshoot,
pit and he has to overshoot.
Support it the same. That's a penalty if someone's gonna report it.
Yeah, I've seen that on the stream, so that will definitely be reported, I'm sure.
If he's gonna finish high at the field, maybe yes. If he's gonna stay P12 of DNF, no one is gonna report, I think. Or Steven will just gonna report. Who's on P4 now.
Yeah. Oh, Cameron has been overtaken by Ayrton Senna. So Pablo's now down in 9th. Ayrton Senna in 8th. And there's the let through. I knew there was something up there. So Pablo's back through and he's into 8th. Senna there in 9th. Had to let him through, otherwise he would have got a penalty. And I think Senna is lagging as well. So that is why he's down there in 9th. We're going to be waiting a long time for Hamilton, though, to catch up the safety car. Safety car will maybe come in this lap, actually. And if that's the case, Hamilton's got no chance. He may as well just retire in the pit lane.
Yeah, 55 seconds is just too much. But, ooh, he nearly lost his car again. But I think it's not going in this lap, it's just 2 lap safety car now. But after 2 safety cars, no racing laps, maybe Fred Milan is just saying, okay, we're going in this lap and we don't care about Hamilton.
Yeah, Bert Marland is sick of Hamilton, I think, at the end of the track. Not to be dishonest, the real Hamilton, I should say. Not the Hamilton we've got in F4 tonight. Look at the rain, by the way. That's a lovely camera on the curb. The rain is right on the inside of the curb, so no wonder they are catching the spins on the curbs. And this is a track where, obviously, it rains, it pours, and honestly, well, it's a pause, possibly out on track. But that's a terrible one. But obviously, these conditions will improve. Rain, to be honest, is not getting any lighter out on track. And Zook leads the way. We're going to have the safety car out at least another lap. So Zook leads the way. Kostya there in second. Pipple there in third. At least 2 of my top 3 are in the positions that they are.
Well, the first racing lap, I hope we can complete a racing lap and lap 8. Because we did 7 lap safety car or something, or 6. And 2, yeah, just 1 racing lap. Maybe 1 racing lap, but then the first restart and the start. Just
yeah,
half and then 1.
Janzi's gone inters. And for front wing change as well, I may add. But Janzi's in the pit lane.
Yeah,
he should come out ahead of Hamilton here.
Yeah. It doesn't look inter for now, so yeah, he nearly lost the start.
And Hamilton's there. It's actually going to be side by side out the pit lane. I don't believe it. And Hamilton's got him. Hamilton's got Janzu coming out of the pit lane, and it was before the white line, so Hamilton does have that position. He's into 11th.
Yeah, just by 1 minute, 1 centimeter or something.
I mean, but I know we're under a safety car, but look at how much he's pulling away compared to Janzu. That is just a comparison of how much better the wets are compared to inters.
Yeah, I think he's just going to the inters because he needed to make a front wing change. But look how it's nearly impossible to turn in the corner. He's just outbraking himself every corner if he's going fast into the corner.
Yeah, what's the record, by the way, in F4 for how many DNFs we've had this season? Because I have a feeling we're going to probably break that tonight.
I'm not sure. Last season was 12 or 14 or something, but I'm not sure.
Safety car's coming in this lap though. Oh, and Pablo's got into... Who was that going into the back of somebody? Oh, and there's front wing off.
Oh my god, what?
Oh, and Jan's got into the back of old Steven, that's who it was. And Ayrton Senna's also been caught up. This is absolute mayhem out on track for F4. And Senna's just crashing the wall and desynced and has a...
And has no front wing.
Has got no front wing. And Ayrton Senna's got no front wing. And this has just gone to absolute crap.
Back to 14 DNFs this season. 14
DNFs. We might beat that tonight.
But
we might only have one finisher.
20 drivers. We were with 20 drivers on back, we're now 16. Yeah.
Zook is backing up the pack though. Kostya there in second, Pippo and third. What Kostya needs to do is basically get within that range of Zook, obviously to try and get the run. And now Zook goes into the final corner. Jan obviously coming in the pit lane, so Steven will be promoted up to 4th. Kostya not on the back of Zook, out of the final corner. On the run to the line, there's a spinner out the final corner. Hamilton has spun out the final corner. It nearly went on the wall as well. And Humanoid is now into 7th. There's another spinner, I think. Or is that all the guys coming in? It is all the guys coming in. 4 drivers underneath that safety car. Had to pit in. That's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. It's Kostya's right on the back of Zook.
Welcome in F4, thing. Again. Let's see if Kostya can attack you, Zook. He got the pace, it looks like, for the... Yeah, for now.
This could be a late move from Kostya down the inside line. Purple first sector as well, judging by how many laps we've had. Zook leads the way, Kostya in second, Pippo in third. Pippo, I think, though, Zook is looking very, very shaky out on track. Kostya's all over the back of him. Looks like he's going to get the move done sooner rather than later. And Pippo's just going to sit and wait in behind and maybe hope for a little bit of collision ahead and he can pick up 2-3 positions. Otherwise, everyone else down the field are absolutely nowhere at this point.
Yeah, it's looking, for now it's going to Inters. Look how light the rain is now.
Yeah.
So they will pit really soon, I think, when Akka plane is off track.
Chanti's not really catching Humanoid though, so that'll be the biggest thing, I think, out on track. Watch out for that gap between Humanoid and Janzu. If it closes up, Kostya, by the way, closes up to the inside, in towards 714, absolutely sends it on Zook, nearly into the wall, and look at Pippo! Pippo's right on the back of these guys. Kostya went too deep, and Kostya,
Pippo needs to wait.
And Pippo was
so close to the wall, yeah.
Pippo was in the wrong place at the wrong time there. I'm sorry to say. Kostya, don't know what he was doing, led Zook back through for the lead of the race. And to be honest, it looked like a fair move. He just got completely locked up on the brakes. He got completely locked up. He lost the position because of that. He should have just stayed ahead, because that was a really good move, nonetheless.
No, not just because the bad exit. He was like so close to the wire. He braked full. He didn't. Yeah. just a bad exit and Izu just switched back, I think.
Yeah, Zook's still...
time now.
Yeah. Zook leading the way, Hamilton's into the pit lane, Humanoid's into the pit lane, Janzu's into the pit lane, and the front 5 are miles because you have everyone else.
Humanoid's drive-through from lap 1.
Ah, yeah, he does. He does have that drive-through indeed. Costa on the back of Zook. Again, closing up that ERS. You're going to be saving up a lot more ERS around this track in the wet conditions. There's another yellow flag, and that's Ayrton Senna round, and it's a VSC.
How is that a VSC? Look where his front wing. He's so far off track, man. It's good.
Yep.
I hope it's going to be a lot better next game.
Yeah, it's technically classed on track, though. Even though it's a runoff area. Yeah. It's classed off track. What is Jan doing? Jan is backing Hamilton and Hazard. What on earth is going on here?
He knew overtakes, maybe?
Maybe. Hamilton's in AI mode, so that's probably why. Hamilton in AI. Don't know what he's doing in AI. Has 11 Jan and 10th.
That's stupid with the VSC.
It's ridiculous. Unless there's a bug in this lobby, and we haven't realised it yet, and it's becoming more apparent. But we're back underway, and there was yellow flags in all 3 sectors for a minute there, but Zook leads the way. Kostya in second, and Kostya gets a better run compared to Zook coming out of turn 14. Not going to get the move done here, though. Zook leads the way. Kostya there in second, Pippo in third. Zook, though, honestly, looks all over the shop. Kostya, it's not a matter of when... Oh, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when he's going to get this move done for the lead of the race. Pablo as well, on the back of old Stephen. Cameron's doing a really good job there in 5th. On the back of old Stephen in 4th. They're having their own private battle. But it just seems like this race has been completely split apart. At least we're getting, though, laps.
Top 5 when. Top 5 just driving away from the tag. Like 30 seconds to tag from Pablo. That's incredible.
Look at how much...
Kostya can attack Izu on the second straight, actually.
Ayrton Senna's left the session. Jan's in the wall out of turn 14 as well. Seeing that on the mini-map there on the right-hand side. Kostya on the back of Zook. You were right, actually. Inter's possibly going to be coming into play. I don't think it's yet. Ayrton Senna's picked up a penalty. Oh, that's a glitch. He's left the session. That's a glitch. He'll pick up the many nows. Kostya's on the back of Zook. Turn 7 at Memorial Corner. Doesn't get the move done. So Kostya waiting behind on Zook. Probably the best thing to do, because they're going to be coming in the pit lane soon, as there's another VSC. And that's for Janzu, who's lost a front wing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, just watch the fastest lap of the race. Oh, Jan was in the pit end. We didn't see.
Fastest lap of the race so far is Zook, 203.838.
2 minutes laps. It's incredible.
Inter's on for Hazard, though. That's a good chance, actually, because the VSC's now in. Oh, it will be coming in. I mean, he's not going to be in the lead of the race. Let's just face it that way. But if the guys on the side of wet stay out, Hazard there is in a really good chance, actually. Maybe of jumping the likes of Tice, Humanoid, Hamilton, because he's basically just gained potentially 6 or 7 seconds in that pit stop compared to what he could have.
Maybe, but I think he won't get ahead of Tice. Because he's 30 seconds, or he's nearly 35 seconds behind Tice or something. I'm not sure what happened to Pablo and Steven. Steven giving the place back to Pablo. Oh, Steven was ahead, I think. I'm not sure. Oh, we are waiting again. Pablo's giving the place back again.
What is going on?
They are just so nice for each other. They're breaking the glitches in this game.
It's Formula 1, it's not a gentleman's agreement, for goodness sake. Zook leads the way onto lap 11. I can't believe we're only on lap 11. I think we've been commentating about 40 minutes at this stage. Zook leads the way, Kostya second, Pippo in third. God. Pablo, though, is around the final corner into fourth, because old Stephen is in the pit lane. I think might be for something change, it might be for a set of Inters.
Yeah, for sure, Inter, I think. No,
yeah, it's just Inters.
Change. There's another one. Of Tice. Yeah, spawn one. Maybe another PSC.
Kostya on the back of Zook, though. Down in towards turn number 7. The inside line this time's going to appear for him. Down the inside line goes the Russian. Job done. Beautiful move that by Kostya. He had the pace. He had the momentum. got the move done, had to wait his turn, but he got the job done. Kostya is so much better than Zook in the wet. I could just say it now. Kostya out on top, Zook in second, Pippo in third, and in the end, that move could have happened maybe 6, 7, 8 laps ago. Didn't, because of the safety cars, and Pablo was out of the session.
Pablo, and that's a safety car maybe. Oh,
Should
no,
be.
Please. No.
I don't think it will be. It'll take enough, I think, for that car to be removed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think off the waiting line then. Yeah, for sure. It's no safety car or something, otherwise it was already out.
Yeah, and then these guys now come round to the scene of the accident, and he's just spun it on the outside curb. He just lost it on the outside, and round coming out of turn and brake. I've done that before. Very simple to do. And Pablo out the race from what was a very promising 4th position.
Look, Kostya, already 1.5 seconds ahead of Iwasuk.
He's so much quicker.
Yeah, Kostya just got a lot better pace in the wet, as you said earlier on. Another spin. Hamilton merged spun around in.
Oh, here we go. Leaders are in.
Oh, what is he doing? He's just making a safety car. How is this not getting a safety car?
Kostya in the pit lane, Zook, Pippo, all in. Will be set of Inters as well, all these three coming in for Hamilton has crashed across the Anderson Bridge. Not sure if he lost that by himself. You're all saying it could have been something else? I'm saying you're saying there could be something else with that incident with Hamilton, as there's no safety car.
I'm just spun around and just driving it in the wall or something. I'm not sure what to do.
So, hang on. How much time has Zook lost in the pit lane? He's lost a second and a half in the pits.
Yeah. Or just a bad pit exit maybe. Oh, no, to get in the 5 second speed in the pit lane.
I think he's been held by by Ayrton Senna. Ayrton's ahead of Kostya. I think he's held him up. I think Ayrton has held up Zook in the pit lane, and that's why he's lost a second and a half. Because there's no way Kostya was 3 seconds ahead coming in the pit lane. It was like 1.6, 1.7. As we see pit stops, Tice, Humanoid, Jan all in the pits. Ayrton has rejoined, and I think he's rejoined realising that he's going to pick up points as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. He finished, he got 1 point at least. He's already left, he's 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes behind, so.
Already 2.
He's a lap down on everyone. He's a lap down on the leaders, basically. He's not a lap down on everyone, though, which is good. But Kostya leads the way. Evil in second, Pippo in third. Ayrton, by the way, in the chat saying Sky Broadband should be a crime against humanity. I feel the pain. I'm not on Sky, but I'm on Virgin, and I feel the pain because so many people complain about Sky Broadband. Pippo, though, on the back of Zook, and obviously it's now Inter's out on track. Kostya, though, looks so quick. Compared to Zook and Pippo, he looks so quick tonight. He's looked different world. I've got to be honest. He's more F3 pace than F4. I'll be brutally honest.
Yeah, I already was thinking that, but it just he's crashing or spinning a lot in races and just not at the top of the standings. As we see more tiers, tiers in this league, in F3 also, and I know some Dutch are F2 pace, but it's just because they not getting the results like the same in F2. People are just not getting the results, and if they can finish, they finish like easy top 3 or something. So they need to sort that out next season a lot better than now. But it's not cost just he's maybe F3 pace, but most times Iwasuk and people can catch him on track. So he just costs his best track, and he's put in the rain. So.
Oh, there's another yellow flag. It's Tice again, coming out of turn 18 this time. The Tice man coming down. I think he's just caught on the inside curb. He's just spun, I think.
Lap 13. We're not even halfway through.
Lap 13, we've had 6 DNFs. I said we're going to have 8 or 9 DNFs by the end of the race. And I didn't mean it. But I'm now looking back and thinking I'm an absolute curse of these drivers.
Maybe yes, but I don't think so. You are most times really good for Iwasuk. You said you are lucky charm or something.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, he's not. I I dare say it, he's not going to be... or I'm not going to be his lucky charm, I think, because he's second there. Pipple's on the back of him. Pipple looks more immediately he's going to get the move done. Zook is struggling massively in these conditions tonight. And look at the gap cost you. 5 seconds. He's gained 2 seconds in 2 laps.
Yeah, Kostya just, as you earlier said, like the last lap is on the other world. But maybe if Pipple can overtake each Zook, Pipple can catch Kostya maybe, because if you're stuck behind, you lose a lot of time on the driver ahead.
Yeah, definitely. So, Kostya though sets the fastest lap of the race. Rain still falling. Yeah. The rain's still falling though out on track, but I tell you what, it's 5.4 seconds between Kostya and Zook. Pipple and Zook is the closest battle that we've got out on track, and I'm saying that very, very lightly because everyone else has either crashed into the wall, has either been at this race, or they've just had a complete and utter mess up under the safety car. And that is why we've got Kostya, Zook, Pippo, or Steven, and Hazard, I would say. Those 5 have been relatively out of trouble. The rest haven't. The rest have been spinning like it's dancing on ice or something.
To be honest, this race is so boring. With all the gaps. Look, Steven 12 seconds behind. Behind Steven 24. Behind Hazard 14. And then we got Thijs behind Umnoord, and Umnoord is spitting.
Yep, Umnoord back in the pit lane.
Only 5 on track, but Pippo just can't overtake Umzook. Maybe we can get at the end at the race, but we will see.
Yeah, it's, as you say, it's probably one of the most boring races I think I've commentated on around here.
I'm just falling asleep here, man. I'm just chilling.
Are we going to be finished by 9 o'clock? Is that the that's the question I will ask everyone in the stream now. Are we going to be finished before 9 o'clock? I don't think we will. I'll be brutally honest. And if that is the case, I would have a feeling, because everyone will be tired, probably best not to do interviews tonight with how long this race has gone on.
No, I think we will get 10 o'clock for me. It's already 9 for me.
Oh, it's not only for you, it's like 8 o'clock over here for me, so yeah.
It's like 8.30 or 40. I think a quarter to 9 for you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Then we are finished with the race, I think. And then still we need interviews, and then we are at 9 just finished the stream. So that's really long.
Yeah, we have got a battle, by the way. It's not Pippo and Zook this time. It's Janzu and Jan. This is going to be a mouthful to me to say in the commentary box. But Janzu, they're the Finn. Jan, they're the Dutchman. In behind are Yan, I could probably say as well.
Jan.
But Jan.
Yeah,
Jan. So we've got Janzu and Jan. Battling out.
Yeah. It's just, for you it's something difficult to say, but
Oh, he's in the wall!
Well, yeah, that's final damage, maybe.
I think he got away with it. I didn't see any Goldstein there. Normally the Goldstein means you've hit the wall, and I think he got away with it. I'm tempted to say, maybe not. He's losing a lot of time now, actually, to Janzu. And Janzu, yep, he's coming in the pits, so Jan in the pits.
You learned another name, or not? Jan.
Jan. See, I can pronounce Dutch.
Name,
I can pronounce Dutch. Well, we have got the battle though between Zook and Pippo, if we can call it a battle. Second and third position.
We can better learn the stream viewers some Dutch words instead this race.
Hoi and doi, I know, because that's hi and goodbye, I think.
Yeah, hoi is hi and doi is bye.
Yeah, I see.
How are you in? Mate, why are we talking about Dutch things?
I don't know.
All the gaps, but yeah. And we got 1-5, but people just can't overtake even Zook. And Kostya still driving away.
Kostya could potentially win this race by about 30 seconds. I'll be... He could potentially, because he's 8.3 seconds away. I said 3 laps ago he was 3.5 seconds clear. He's gained 5 seconds in 3 laps. That is the pace we are talking about in these conditions for Kostya. Pippo, though, more immediately on the back of Zook. Is he finally going to try and risk a move? I want to see a move here. Down into a Memorial corner. And look at this. Oh, Pippo actually gets a bit of snap of oversteer. That was looking 90% of which the move going to happen. Move's not going to happen now because he's spun out of the curb at turn 5. Pippo, though, down to Memorial corner. Still on the back of Zook. And again, I think it's a matter of when, not if, for Pippo.
It was so close.
No way.
On the outside. No.
He's going to get the move done. Round the outside of Penang. Gets the job done. He's into second. Did say, literally, 10 seconds ago, it's a matter of when, not if. Took his chance. Got the move done. Pippo through into second. Now he's going to have pace over Zook. And now we're going to have the most boring race of a lifetime.
Yeah, maybe that's the best overtake the season I've seen. Because I'm on the outside in the conditions of Singapore, and that corner is really...
Oh, and...
sick.
Look at how much Pippo's pulled away.
1.5 seconds, that's just it's going to be so fast.
Zook has got to have some sort of damage, surely.
Humanoid and Jan.
Yeah, Humanoid and...
losing a second.
I think Humanoid made a mistake, possibly, down through 18-19 underneath the grandstand section. Zook is really struggling out on track. I would not be surprised if he's got something wrong with that car. Because he has not looked comfortable since the get-go. I think if I was him, I'd pit in now, drop behind old Steven. If he's got a problem, he should come in the pit lane. Because he's conceding 3 seconds now, the gap over Pippo. Pippo just overtook him half a lap ago. Zuka's got to have a problem on his end, surely, unless he's doing for an absolute kipper. Zook there in third, 3 seconds behind. The gap was, what, 4/10 of a second in Zook's favour, coming out through turn 8. And now Pippo's 3 seconds clear of him. Zuka's got to have damage. He has to.
Yeah, for sure. You're losing so much time on the slow corners. And, it's just all slow. Oh, what's he doing? He's not even going full throttle. Maybe something is not good.
Throttle issue?
Yeah, maybe with his gas.
No, yeah.
On yeah, he's bad. I think it's broken or something.
He's not going a full throttle on his pedals. Unless he's been very, very...
Oh, that's a glitch on pad.
Oh, now it's full throttle.
Yeah, that's a
it's about 8, yeah. It's about 85% throttle, I think he's getting on that. That's a shame. We'll see coming out the hairpin. He's almost a second, which isn't too bad, but he's hemorrhaging time. Oh, Steven's even catching.
I'm driving actually wheel, but sometimes I'm just driving for fun on my pad for 1 lap on time 12. I did that a few days ago, and I got the same glitch on Belgium on the straights. I was going 280 km per hour. Just I'm not sure how, because my controller is just fine. That's the thing.
Yeah. Anyways, if you haven't fallen asleep just yet, welcome back along to the Singapore Grand Prix. This is lap 18 out of 31 we're going on to, and Kostya leads the way by 12.2 seconds over Pippo in second, Zook in third, old Steven in fourth, and they are strung out like your mother's washing line, quite literally here in F4 tonight. Kostya has looked an absolute class above the rest. Everyone has fallen apart in this race. Pippo there in second, Zook in third. Looks like Zook, though, down the straight, he had a little throttle issue for the throttle there coming out of turn number 1. But Zook is now beginning to pick up the pace again. So I think whatever problem he's had, he's now beginning to overcome it. And he's now beginning to catch Pippo, unless Pippo has made a mistake. But I think Zook's now beginning to start catching.
Yeah, maybe. Just 4 seconds. I'm not sure if he can catch. No, he's still losing time or something. He's not going to 8th gear, I think. I'm not sure. I can't see because I'm just chilling on my bed. But yeah.
Sorry, I'm just typing a message to somebody about Eurovision, so there we are.
You're talking about the boringest race ever to win, I think. This is incredible, man. Look the gaps. 13 seconds. Fucking 5 seconds, 15 seconds, 18 seconds, 17 seconds, 18 seconds, 22, 3.4, and then 1 minute, and this is not even a gap to leader, this is between all drivers.
And for the first time I think we've seen all night, We've seen a 3-second time penalty being given to Jan. Jan who's in the wall, and now Humanoid has gone on straight on as well.
That can be a safety car, that will be amazing, but...
It's not. Oh, he gets the rear wing on that wall there. I dare not laugh, but that's probably one of the funniest spins I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. But he's also left, so if there's a safety car, he's pretty fucked.
Yeah. Right on end plate damage on the car. And that was Pippo. Actually, no, he's just been lapped, actually, Humanoid. Humanoid's just been lapped by Pippo. Pippo's picked up a 3-second penalty now. And...
That's good for Evil.
I've just clicked on, actually. Do you know how they said there was going to be inters by the end of the race? I'm already on inters. Do you think the track's going to dry before the end of the race?
I think it's... Yeah, maybe it's looking like it's gonna be dry at the end of the race, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, 12...
I hope.
12, 13 laps. I mean, probably still got about a half an hour's worth of racing still, I would say. So, if that's the case, I think we're probably going to see conditions, if they're forecast to, dry up before the end of the session, and that might mean a lot of good things is going to happen out on track. Ayrton Senna, by the way, still going around out on track. I think, though, he's in ghost mode.
Yeah.
I don't think he's rejoined the session.
No, it's just his, look how early he's working. Oh,
yeah.
This guy. This is maybe the boringest race ever I commentate on also. I'm just doing commentating since FRL F4 season 1, round 4, and that's like half year ago or something, or 8 months ago.
Yeah.
Really bad.
And do you know what I also said about Kostya possibly winning this race by 30 seconds? He's halfway to doing that now.
Yeah, 15. And Pippo got a 2-second time on him, so that helped him. So, 18 seconds, yeah.
Oh, I don't know what to commentate on anymore. Oh, and he sets the fastest lap of the race, wow!
Oh, yeah.
Lap 20 out of 31. There's not often I say this, but I'm probably going to come back on the final lap of the race and just let you guys listen to the car sound. We can do whatever we want for half an hour. Zook's just picked up a penalty, though. 3-second penalty for Zook. So he is now, well, he's well clear of old Stephen. If he picks up a 10-second penalty, he's probably still going to be ahead of old Stephen there in 4th. Everyone else, though, is strung out. You cannot call this race a battle.
I can waste some time if you want. Look. Okay. Kostya leading the pack. P1, Pippo P2, Zook P3, oh Stephen P4. Hazard P5, Thijs P6. That's not really good for him, but still 8 points in his bag. Jan P7, Jan P8, Umar P9. R10 Senna is goes, he's P10, but Jan with 6 seconds, Zook and Pippo 3 seconds, but it doesn't really matter for now. I'm gonna see position changes. Kostya gained 2 places this race, Pippo gained 9 places, really good. Started P11, that's good for the championship. Zook lost 1 place. Stephen won 3 places, Hazard won 1 place, Thijs lost 2 places, Jan won 2 places, Jan won 4 places, Umar won 1 place, R10 Senna goes won 4 places because of the DNFs, and we got 6 DNFs in the first step, got 2 safety cars and a few further safety cars, and maybe it's gonna be a dry ending at the race, we will see later on. And it's spun around.
Oh! Yep, Humanoid has spun. That's out of turn number 8. I'm watching F3, by the way. F3 are on lap 22.
Mate, I was just commentating for you. You're watching F3.
Yeah, I'm watching F3. I'll bring you an update, actually, about F3. Somebody's just been invited. I think Charlie is not streaming on the FRL channel, so I think might be an issue with licenses, perhaps, on that. Because he can't stream and neither could Border, so... have a feeling that's thingy. But Rackler in, Ivor win, Marno win, Van Dongen in. They're on a set of inters, and it's full wet conditions, I've got to say, out on track. So they're totally different out on track at this moment in time. Kostya, though, leading the way, is 18 seconds clear. And I was joking when I said he's going to win this race by 30 seconds, but I really do think he's going to win this race by 30 seconds now. Pippo was hemorrhaging time, Zook is hemorrhaging time. And Kostya is almost as if he's got Daniel Lapt racing from tonight, because he's looked absolutely sensational. Oh, F3, by the way, I was going to bring you a position update and everything. Black box is currently on the screen on their end. But Dan Messi leads the way. 5/10, the gap for the lead of the race. I can't believe it in there. GTA Gamer in second, Luca there in third, Ruben in fourth, Ballboy in fifth, Yuri, Demonek, Nilzano, Ivo, FRL Ivo, and Mr. Merckx in the top 10. Rackler, Sadio Mano, Van Dongen, Cassidy, Little Brookie, and JB still going on. And they've all now transitioned on to a set of mainly full wets. Dan, by the way, just seen the position changes. He's gained 17 positions right from the back of the field, and he's winning the race. That's mad.
That's really crazy.
And then we've got F4 tonight. Kostya's gap is now nearly 20 seconds.
Oh my god. Do you want to hear some Dutch words, James, or not?
I may as well learn Dutch in the next 10 laps, to be honest, because I don't think there's anything else going to happen.
Ask something.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't think. I really can't think at this point.
Okay, a carrot. Oh no, a parrot. That's in Netherlands. Papagaai.
Oh! Hang on!
Oh.
F3, I think, have just got a safety car. They have got a safety car. F3's got a safety car. You can tune in, by the way, in the F3 chat if you've got the channel link. And who's crashed? Nobody's crashed. But oh, Dan Messi, I think, has just came in the pit lanes. He's there in fifth. Ruben now leads the way, but he's got 9 seconds worth of penalties. Ballboy in second got nothing. Yuri in third, 3 seconds. Nilzano, 3 seconds. Mr. Merckx has got 3 seconds, but he's in 8th. Michel Van Dongen's got 3 seconds, he's in 10th. And Rackler has got 8 seconds worth of penalties, and he's in 13th at this moment in time. But safety car out, lap 24 out of 31. We're slowly going to be catching up to that point, as Kostya has now hit the 20-second mark in terms of his lead. And that gap is forever going to grow, because he's just driving around as if he's on 110 AI and the rest are on 0 AI.
But to be honest, it's not right that I'm saying this, but I'm happy if someone can make a safety car just standing still on track.
Yeah.
And making a safety car for us. That's allowed for now.
We've got a bit of excitement at least, because Senna's into the pit lane. He hasn't rejoined the session, and he's going on for another set of inters. So, first set of inters going on his AI car into the pit lane, and out of the pit lane he will come. And I think he's going to be lapped maybe by Kostya here. Or is he actually in the session now? Let's have a look. Coming out of the pit lane.
No, he still goes.
Yeah, I mean, judging by how slow he's came out the pit lane, yeah, definitely he goes. Kostya now has lapped him, as Senna is at the pit lane, and he's 45 seconds behind Humanoid, who in turn is a minute behind Jan.
Yeah. Then 25 seconds, 15, 14, 17, 9, 20. It's a shame. Not gonna lie.
I'm going to head my way back to the F4 chat. If you guys have got anything entertaining to talk about in the chat here, there's only 2 of you watching. You're probably one of them.
Of course. Wait, I can do something fun.
What on earth is that? Is it like a ukulele or something?
A mondharmonica or something. I don't know what to do, man.
And if you're just tuning in to the Singapore Grand Prix here on FRL F4, welcome along. We have now entertained ourselves. I think we're going to be forming the Eurovision band in tonight's commentary box. But lap 24 we better get going, and Kostya leads the way by 21.4 seconds out on track. From Pippel there in second, Zook in third, Steven in fourth, Hazard in fifth, Tyson sixth, Janzu in seventh, Jan in eighth, Humanoid in ninth, and Senna in P10. He rejoins back on the final lap of the race. Does he actually pick up points? Because he will be in human mode, so he may as well just rejoin for the final lap.
No, he won't get points if someone's gonna tell Jensen. So, but if no one's gonna snitch, he will get 1 point.
Yeah, but I think...
I'm just saying, in F1 general, F4 boring race ever in history. Maybe even all out of all tiers maybe. Oh, Kostja's in the pit lane! Yes!
He's got a free pit stop though over Pippo, that's probably why. Came in, maybe giving a bit of excitement here at least, which is
Pippo will come
good.
ahead. Pippo will come ahead, he's not gonna pit.
Yeah, Pippo will stay out. Kostja's in the pit lane, Fresh Winters go on, and Pippo is around the final corner. This is going to be close actually, coming out the pit lane. Pippo's going to be ahead. Pippo's ahead of Kostja.
I love him to do this.
Thank goodness Kostja has actually saved us.
Yeah, oh my god. But now 3.5, he needs to actually watch out for his win. But I think he still can get in time.
Pippo's got 3 seconds, remember, as well.
And
so
fresh
even
enter. Yeah.
Yeah, Fresh enters. He's going to be 2 seconds quicker, perhaps, compared to Pippo. And I'm not even going to say this because Kostja now using his ERS. Look at the gap already. 3.7. Going to be 3.6 in toward Memorial Corner. And Pippo leads the way. Kostja there in second. Even without that pit stop, Kostja still would have had a free pit stop even at the end of this race. But he's done this now to provide us a bit of action. At least it's brought a bit of a gap together. But now we're going to see a potential overtake for the lead of the race. And now, Kostja going on that fresh set of Winters. How quick are they going to be? Coming across the Anderson Bridge. Very quick. Look at the gap. It's 2.8 seconds.
Yeah, just...
I have to try and get some excitement going in this.
Yeah, it's really difficult. He's already in the winning place. Purple sector 2, he will get another fast lap in the next lap.
Yeah, fastest lap. Fastest lap, by the way, is by Kostja, 54.3, so he doesn't need to pick up the fastest lap of the race. But he can do if he wants to. And at least we've got some form of excitement here in F4. 1.9 seconds. Kostja's probably going to get him next lap around. And Pippo there in the lead of the race. Lewis in the chat saying hello. Good evening to Lewis. You've joined at probably the right points, to be honest, in this stream, because the rest of the race has been completely utterly boring. And Pippo's coming in the pit lane. You absolute idiot.
Oh, fuck you, man.
You
I swear. Oh, Pippo, we hate you now. Oh my god.
Unless the Inters can't make it to the end. And if Zook comes in, Stephen come in, then it makes sense. Them obviously coming into the pit lane because the Inters aren't going to get to the end. Kostja now leads the way. God knows by how much, but he leads the way. 11.6 seconds the gap. Zook in second, Pippo in third, and Pippo. I think idiot is probably the right word because we could have got a battle. We could have got a battle, and you just robbed us.
Yeah, again. No, he don't deserve a championship for now. Oh my god.
Jensen, I think, needs to disqualify him for his act out on track. That was disgraceful by Pippo.
We were telling Jensen now.
Absolutely terrible. Bunty, get in the chat quickly. You know what to do with them. Kostja leads the way. Zook in second. Pippo in third. Stephen in fourth. I don't know where this stream is going, to be honest, but we've got still 6 laps to go. I can't believe I'm saying this. We've got 6 laps to go. I don't know how long this race has been already. I think we're on the hour point. I think we've gone an hour into the race, and I'm being serious.
Yeah. That's quite normal for our wet race, but this race it looks like we're doing it already for 5 hours or something. And there's some action on track. Kostja's overtaking Ayrton Senna.
He's gonna lap him again, or try and unlap himself. But there's a yellow flag, and that is Jan in the wall with no front wing. And there's no safety car or VSC. Terrible.
Oh. Maybe we already got the limit or something with our VSCs and safety cars or something. That's quite weird.
Maybe. I'm gonna reiterate my point, by the way, by Kostja. New fastest lap of the race. We'll get the fastest lap point for sure now. But I will say this point. I still think he's gonna win the race by 30 seconds.
He was not gonna pit for now.
He doesn't have to. Finishing there in second. Davidenko is in the chat. Good evening to Davidenko.
He's happy that he's not commentating on this boring race, man.
Yeah, he's very happy. I'm glad he's got... Well, I'm not... I don't want to say I'm glad he's got COVID because he's missing a very boring race. But I think probably... Yeah, at least he's came into the chat now, and at least he's witnessing Go back a few laps, you'll witness a harmonica, and go back a few laps as well. You'll probably hear me calling Pippo an idiot, but there we are. Kostya leads the way, Zook in second, Pippo in third, Old Stephen in fourth, and Kostya is 4 seconds now ahead of Zook. And, well, there's only one man for driver of the day at this rate.
Is this your last time commentating?
I think it might be my last commentary in FRL after tonight.
No, never gonna watch FRL F1 then.
No, I'll be back for F1 tomorrow. Don't worry. Do not worry at all. Davidenko saying, is it boring? Yes, it is.
I hope F2 is still boring. Why?
Yeah, F2 should be better. F2 and F1 tomorrow night, 7 PM UK time, by the way, both going to be on YouTube. And obviously, if you do want to tune in for those action, you can, because I'm going to be commentating alongside Jesse, who I gladly can say is going to be joining me. There was a bit of possibility that he wasn't, but Jesse is going to be joining me in the commentary box, that is for sure.
He's able to commentate, but he was just mad about his 5-second time penalty. He lost his win on Belgium, I think.
Davidenko, yeah, it is very boring. Kostya just set the new purple fastest lap of the race. But yeah, there's not really much to commentate about. How's everyone's day in the chat? How's everyone's day? How's your day been? What have you been up to? I haven't been up to much. I prepared for F4 thinking it's going to be a good race, and then look what's happening now.
Come on, we're saying shit.
Kostya is going to be about 25 seconds clear come the end of this race. I'll say now, he's going to be a full pit stop ahead, possibly of Zook, at the end of this race. That is how dominant he has been.
Yeah, it's too boring. But it's not even like one battle or something. It's all gaps like that much. I never seen that early in a league race, man. I swear this is the first time.
Yeah, if you
maybe over 100 league races or 150 league races.
Kostya's now 20 seconds clear, by the way.
He must still win with 30 seconds. Maybe.
He is. He's going to win by 30 seconds. He's been gaining 2 seconds a lap, so in theory, if he gains another 2 seconds a lap here, he's going to be 30 seconds clear, over 30 seconds clear by the end of the race. That's his challenge now. Will he win the race by 30 seconds?
Yeah. It's the only thing on track.
There's not even any battles. Pippo's on the back of Zook, but you can't even call it a battle. It's 8.3 seconds. Pippo, the way, is gaining now on Zook. We saw Pippo struggling earlier on, of course, in this race. He was on the back of Zook. He was fighting with Zook earlier on in this race. Then we got another safety car. Then everything just fell apart, I think, underneath that second safety car. And Pippo there, 8.3 seconds off the back of Zook. They both got penalties. Zook was on much fresher tyres. Sorry, Pippo, I should say, is on much fresher tyres compared to Zook. So I think Pippo, not ruling it out, but he could potentially get him before the end of the race.
Yeah, I think he will catch him, but no, it's just 3 laps. That's too far. Or it's just Zook getting a puncture, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. Possibly. Punctures. We're not going to get any safety cars. One lap 28 now. We're not going to get any safety cars, that is for certain. Lewis saying as well, Senna should not be racing with that connection. Yep, I've answered that already on the chat, but yeah, he was desyncing earlier on in the race, and I believe he caused quite a few issues. I believe that might be FRL Louis actually in the chat there. So yeah, he was causing a few issues. He's in ghost mode now. He's not in the session anymore, but yeah, his connection definitely does need to be looked at, I think. If he hasn't got a warning already, he probably will get one, I think, after this race. And
in the pit lane, front damage again, I think. He's spun around with this.
Yeah, and Janzu has lost his front wing as well. Janzu has lost his front wing. Has it stopped raining?
Thanks to the sun.
It has! It stopped raining!
Yeah, but it's not
Softs!
that high up in time.
Softs! For toys!
Yeah, that's way too early.
This track's going to dry before the end. I'll guarantee you this now, because of how slow this race has been. It's going to dry before the end. There's hardly any spray coming off on Pippo.
It looks so Where it's on track, but it isn't.
It's getting greasy, the track. But this track does dry very quickly. I will not be surprised if it turns DRS enabled final lap of the race. Or even before that, because the track, off track, it's drying completely.
Because it's not gonna pay, just one clear win.
Yeah, I might be getting too excited, but I really want guys to be catching each other out of track. But look at Tice though. Tice is... He's not losing too much time to Hazard. Yeah, he's losing tenths of a second, but he's actually not losing too much time. This is the crossover period between the Softs and Inters. There's a spinner? Was that coming through turn number 1? Was that Janzu, I think, right? Oh yeah, Janzu was running out of turn 1.
Oh. You shouldn't pit lane. Oh, Steven. Why? Oh, Steven.
Oh, Steven, gonna be for Softs this.
Oh yes, half was pitting also.
It's looking... Haz is also in, and look at how quick the track is drying, even through the final corner there. Track is drying. Kostya, though, is 26.1 seconds ahead of Zook, going on towards the final 2 laps of the race. I'm trying to hear what my parents are saying, by the way, in the background, because I can hear something saying about something. But Old Steven and Hazard, both in the pits, and Old Steven's gone for Inters. Interesting. Oh, and that's wrong, because DRS has just been enabled.
But it's not that bad for Inter now.
Yeah, but...
I think the team got damaged because Hazard gained like 7 seconds with the pit stop.
Yeah.
What's going to happen here, though? DRS is now enabled. It's clearly soft out on track. Still, there's a lot of spray being kicked up in the final sector. Kostya's got to come in. Yeah, Kostya's in.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even Zook can still win if he wants, but... No,
yeah, I mean, Kostya's going to win. Zook's second, Pippo and third. They've got no chance of catching up, even before. I think Kostya's going to be ahead of them, even if they don't pit. But Selasov's going on for the Russian. He's into the pit lane. Zook there in second, Pippo there in third. And Zook should be coming in the pit lane as well. No, he stays out. Zook stays out. And I think he's going to try. And oh, Pippo's in. That's Zook guaranteed for second then.
Oh. Watching the pit entry.
3.5 seconds. Yep, Kostya crossed the pit entry there, but Kostya leading the way. 2 seconds the gap over Zook.
There's gonna be.
Now
it's not that bad for now.
Yeah, TTML left 4. I'll do a direct comparison because we did this in America. Pippo, sorry, it was Jamie, was 29 seconds behind the driver, and he came first with 3 laps to go. Pippo has got 30 seconds to catch on Zook in 2 laps. Is he going to do it?
That's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Do you not think? I think I might, unless... Right, we'll see now. Pippo, coming through, has gained 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, using up that ERS.
Way too far.
I'm not so sure, mind. I'm not so sure. Kostya was gaining a lot of time on Zook. And Pippo was getting a lot of time on Zook as well.
Maybe
30 seconds. 30 seconds. If that gap's under 20 seconds by the end of the lap here, Pippo's got a chance of getting them before the end.
But I just realized if Steven didn't pit, he was able to get a podium because he pit with the Inter.
He did.
Yeah. Oh.
Hazard's on the back of him as well. Hazard's beginning to get on the back. 29 seconds the gap between Pippo and Zook. Zook can come in. Oh no, Zook's off! Zook is off! Coming through 18! He's gone straight on, he's locked up into the runoff area.
Fastest second sector of the ways.
Yeah, purple middle sector for Pippo. And Zook has to stay out. Has to stay out. Goes on to the final lap. Kostya 15 seconds clear. Kostya's going to win by 30 seconds if Zook spins again. But look at the gap he's pulling out. Pippo, now the gap, less than 20 seconds. Pippo's going to get him, I think, before the end of this race. This is going to be a big fight as Hazard is fighting with old Steven down the straight in towards turn number 14. Hazard gets the move done, and he's into fourth as Jan has spun, coming through turn 14. But Hazard's got the move done and through an old Steven. This is coming down to the wire.
Shen been pitting for the mediums, man. He's already 2 times left. Oh.
That's his AI car as well. It's the AI to blame. Terrible.
R10 Senna the GOAT.
15.5 seconds for Pippo. Gaining all the time. Zook is 19 seconds behind Kostya. The track is still going.
Zook gets P2.
I think Pippo's going to get P2. I really am not sure that Zook is going to get P2.
That, James? Maybe if Zook do it another time like he did last lap, but if he's not going to do that, he easily got P2.
13.5 seconds. Lap. I'm not sure. Singapore swing section is so much quicker though.
Kostya's going to the finish.
He is. Yeah, coming through the final couple of quarters of one, but with Kostya, we'll keep an eye on the timings on the left-hand side. But Kostya, coming around the final corner, he has looked absolutely imperious out on track. The most dominant driver in FRL F4 this season. Kostya to the line, wins in Singapore and takes the fastest lap of the race to boot it. But can Pippo try and beat him with that lap? 10 seconds the gap over Zook. Zook, remember, has got a penalty, as has Pippo, so even if they're going to stay as they are, which I think they probably are, so you're probably right on this one, Parrot, Zook is going to come across the line, shooting to finish in second, coming round the final 2 corners, gap is still closing, another lap, it would have been different. Zook to the line, finishes in second, Pippo around the final corner, finishes in third. And if he pitted in a lap earlier, gets the fastest lap of the race of Kostya as well. If he pitted in a lap earlier, that would have been different compared to Zook and Pippo and where they finished.
I started a party already, or make a party for interviews if you want.
You can do. You can do indeed.
I already did.
Oh, you already did. Fantastic. Well ahead of the game. Well ahead of the game. Haz is coming around the final couple of corners now in P4.
Pippo fastest lap.
Yeah, Pippo fastest lap, but Hazard ran the final corner on the run to the line, finishes 4th. Zook has just joined the party, so we'll get an interview from him in a second. Oh, Stephen around the final corner, finishing in 5th. If he didn't come in, I don't think he would have ended up on the podium, to be honest. He finishes there in 5th. Good drive from him. Probably kept one of the cleanest drives out of the track, to be honest. And Tice in 6th. And did he get the fastest lap?
Yeah. He got the drive track at the end of the race, of course.
He did. FRL Pippo gets Driver of the Day awarded by the in-game fans. I think for us, though, there's only one Driver of the Day, and it is Kostya at the top step of the podium. That was absolutely imperious. Probably the best driver I think I've seen in FRL F4 this season, and Kostya absolutely dominated that one. Stewards will have to look into, however, if he had Daniel Abt racing for him.
Yeah, yeah, let's ban him from FRL 4. And then Ivzu got P1. Congratulations. This race was so boring, man.
Look at the time! An hour and 5 seconds. An hour and 5 minutes, basically 6 minutes. That is how long the race has gone on for. Thank God it's over. Kostya takes the win from Zook in 2nd, Pippo there in 3rd, Hazard in 4th, oh, Stephen there in 5th, Tyson 6th, Janzu in 7th, Umanoid in 8th. These guys got lapped, by the way. Janzu there in 7th, finished a lap down. So did Umanoid there in 8th. Jan in 9th, finished under his own accord. Eden Senna didn't join back, so finishes in P10. Whether he gets a classified result, it is discretion of the stewards because he is the 10th finisher out on track. Hamilton, Pablo, who was going so well in that race, could have picked up a potential podium. Vasapor, Louis, Fake Scouser, and Tex Rex, the DNFs out on track at various points. Costello takes win, Zook in 2nd, Pippo in 3rd. We have got Zook, though, in the party with us. Man who finished in P2. First thing I've got to ask you, Zook, did you have a problem with your throttle because you lost a lot of time in that second half of the race?
I was struggling with no traction controller on the pad. It's just tough. It was tough out there, and I was just I thought about it, and I was like, Kostya's not the one in the championship fight Pippo is. I need to try and at least beat Pippo and not mess up the race and spin and all that. Obviously with the inters, I think I got pretty lucky with that, how late it was. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys saw it on the stream. I locked up a bit going into the I don't know where it is, but I locked up and I nearly hit the wall.
Yeah, you did nearly hit the wall. That was on the penultimate lap, wasn't it?
Yeah, for that 30.
That was on lap 30, and I was convinced in the commentary, because I said if he's under 20 seconds, he'll probably get you. It's a good job Parrot was right on that one, because I think another lap, that would have been a totally different result with Pipple finishing possibly in second. But you drove well out there, finishing in second, obviously. Happy with the result? Obviously, depending on how Kostya was so dominant out on track?
Kostya was in another league, really. Yeah, he's going to have to be investigated, make sure no one was driving for him and all that, but...
Oh my god, Pippo.
Yeah. But it was a tough one out there. It's a long race of attrition, and leading for how long it did, it was just it was a bit better to lose it how it did.
Yeah, I think it was a matter of when, not if, really, for the move with Kostya, and then when he pulled away, I think it was a second half clear in terms of that race. Parrot, though, I'm going to come across to you. Any questions?
How was the race for you? Because it was so boring.
I was just trying to stay entertained, really. But it wasn't really a boring race for a lot of it for me. Trying to defend Pippo and all that. Once he overtook me, then it got boring. But it was a good race out there.
Okay. Congratulations with P2.
Cheers.
Final question from Mizik as well, just before you go. We have got Canada next week. How do you think you're going to get on around there?
I feel like this is going to be my worst track for the remainder of the season. Obviously P4 last time out, but I need to find a solid setup really, so I don't slide around like my last league race in Canada.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a lot better than obviously... Well, I mean, he finished second here, but hopefully it's a lot better race compared to what we had tonight in Singapore. Go and enjoy your evening.
And you, thanks for commentating, Parrot. Good luck tomorrow, and to you, James, as well.
You are very welcome indeed. And yes, good luck, Parrot, for tomorrow indeed for F2. We'll now move on, of course. We've done a little bit of reverse here because the other two were joining a little bit late. But we can now speak to the man, hopefully, who finished in P1. And that was, of course, Kostya. And Kostya, absolute domination out on track is the best way I could describe it. Talk us through it, because that was just an excellent drive.
I want my money now.
Yeah, really happy with the result. You obviously were behind Zook for the first part of the race. I think it was lap 9 you got the overtake done on him. Talk us about that, because it must have been frustrating, and I said in commentary, it was a matter of when, not if, for the move. And then, when you got that move done, you absolutely flew away from the road as if you were going, I don't know, for the next border. Yeah, did what you practice indeed, and third win of the season as well. Jeddah, obviously your first win of the season, then in Hungary. Going forward for the final 6 rounds of the season, what is your aim? Because with this race, I think you're back in the championship fight now. Yeah, practice makes perfect, I think, is what we've found out, certainly tonight, in terms of that domination performance. Parrot, I'm going to come across to you. Any questions?
No.
I will ask the final question then to Kostya. Canada next week. Obviously, we would have been going to Russia, but obviously Canada next week. How do you think you're going to get on around there? Because I have a feeling there's going to be a track, and if it's wet, you're going to do quite well around there again. Yeah, definitely agree. And obviously, a final thing I want to say as well is Happy Victory Day as well, because I know it is Victory Day for all World War II countries, all former Soviet republics. So, Happy Victory Day, and hopefully you can now celebrate in the finest way possible, maybe with a cold beer or something, who knows. Go and enjoy evening though, Kostya. That'd be very nice. That'd be very nice indeed. But yeah, go and enjoy your evening.
James.
Yes, Parrot. What is it?
Before you're gonna interview Pippo, it's like me, USA Season 12. So
oh no.
You need to do yes or no, like Bunty did for me.
Well, we'll interview him anyways. He's finishing P3, obviously, Pippo, here tonight. And Pippo, good race from your perspective, but probably not the outcome you were expecting in terms of the championship.
Oi.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Don't worry.
Yeah, third place tonight. Obviously, I think another lap and it could have been second position. You were flying on the back of Zook towards the end of the race. Talk us through those safety cars, though, because those safety cars were awful, I've got to say, out on track. Yeah, definitely. So, Parrot, any questions?
How is it in the interview party for the first time ever? It's not that bad though. You can join every time now.
That's only if he gets on the podium, mind you. That's only if he gets on the podium. Obviously Canada next week as well, Pippo. You're still in that championship fight, still obviously fighting with Zook for the P1 position. Going into next week, how do you think you're going to get on around there? Is Canada a favourite of yours? Yeah, hopefully we will see the real Pippo come alive once again, because I know what you were like in FRL this season. You were normally a quick driver, and hopefully you might come back to your bouncing form next week. Go and enjoy evening, Pippo. Very welcome indeed, and that rounds up very nicely for the interviews as well. Big thank you, of course, to Kostya, to Zook, and to Pippo for the interviews. Much appreciated, as always. And that, I think, rounds us up very nicely indeed, obviously, for what is to come tomorrow night for FRL, F1 and F2. If you want a much better race compared to what you experience here tonight in F4, then tune in for FRL F1. FRL F2 is also live, by the way, 7 PM UK time, if you do want to tune in at the same time for both. But, Parrot, I'm going to leave the final words to you. Who is your driver of the day? Surely there is only one man.
Yeah, it was of course Jan, because he's Dutch. No,
Jan because he's
actually,
Dutch.
no, it's actually because the domination of this today is incredible. If he didn't make the pitch, he legit finished 40 or 50 seconds ahead, Iwazuk, and that's crazy.
Yeah, absolute mad drive. I think we need to check the legality of if he had Daniel Abt racing for him in that race, to be honest, because it was that dominant, and it's not often you see a drive like that. Certainly, though, a drive to watch out for, and if there's more wet races to come, who knows if Kostya can get back in the championship picture, of course, in FRL F4. That rounds us off very nicely, of course. Big thank you to Parrot for joining me in the commentary box, as always, and a pleasure, of course, for me to commentate on FRL F4. I'm back to the grind tomorrow, though, for FRL F1, so I think we'll probably get a better race than tonight, don't you think?
Yeah, I do think so. Like F2 and F1 are gonna be a lot better, so
it can't be any worse than F3.
Yeah, can't be any worse than F3. I mean, it didn't even get streamed on the channel, so there you go.
Yeah, did you see people straightline each other or something?
Lucas straightline Niels.
What? So
he's gotten banned already.
Huh? Who's banned?
That Luca Gakix guy.
Oh.
Straightline
he
Niels.
You left.
Yeah, he's getting banned anyway.
Well, hopefully nobody else is going to get banned from FRL F4, because those safety cars were an absolute joke, to be honest, tonight. But we will end off the stream anyways. As I say, big thank you to Parrot. We're going to be back live, of course, tomorrow, FRL F1 and F2, 7 PM UK time. Of course, that is 8 PL Central Eastern time, of course, or Eastern Standard Time, that is Dutch time, and the rest of the European regions. And then 2 hours, of course, if you are supporting from Russia, like you are with Kostya, of course, here tonight. But that rounds off very nicely. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.
Oui.